Imagine you're climbing a flight of stairs. Halfway up, you're out of breath, your legs feel heavy, and suddenly your chest tightens. You pause, thinking, this can't be right. What if I told you that for over 6 million Americans, this could be an everyday reality? This is the harsh truth about congestive heart failure, or CHF, a condition that's quietly becoming a major issue for many families. What's even scarier is that, for some, the risk is already built into their DNA. So, whether it's the uphill battle you're feeling or the shadow of family history, CHF is a condition that needs more attention. What exactly is CHF? Congestive heart failure is when the heart starts losing its ability to pump enough blood to supply oxygen to your body's organs. Now, if the heart isn't pumping efficiently, things back up. Think of it like traffic in your veins and arteries. Blood struggles to get where it needs to go, and this causes congestion, often leading to fluid buildup in places like your lungs, legs, and feet. Picture it like this: the heart is the engine of your body, pumping blood through all its highways. When the engine starts to fail, the roads get blocked. Fluid pools up, causing swelling in your legs, ankles, and feet. And worse, it can creep into your lungs, making it harder to breathe, especially when you're lying down. The growing problem in numbers. Let's talk about the bigger picture. CHF isn't some rare, distant issue. It's affecting approximately 6.2 million adults in the US alone. And while it can hit anyone, it mostly affects people over 65. But here's the kicker: it doesn't happen overnight. CHF starts slow, like a small leak that worsens over time, making life harder and harder. But how does this happen? Why does a heart suddenly start giving up? Well, there are two main types of CHF, systolic and diastolic. With systolic CHF, the heart can't contract strong enough to pump blood out. Imagine trying to squeeze a stress ball, but your hand just isn't strong enough. Diastolic CHF is a little different. Here, the heart doesn't relax enough between beats, meaning it can't fill up with enough blood. Think of it like trying to fill a balloon with air, but you can't stretch it out fully. There's just not enough room. A family affair, genetics and CHF. Here's where it gets personal. While CHF often develops due to other conditions like high blood pressure or a previous heart attack, genetics can play a major role. Some of us might be predisposed to CHF because of certain genes passed down from our family. For instance, cardiomyopathies, which are diseases that affect the heart muscles, can be inherited. Researchers have identified nearly 100 gene mutations that are linked to these heart problems. Think of it like inheriting the family recipe, but this one isn't for your favorite meal, it's for heart trouble. You might not even know it's in your genes until symptoms appear later in life. And just because you inherit this risk doesn't mean you're doomed. It's like a landmine, it's there, but whether it goes off depends on a mix of factors, including your lifestyle. Risk factors: some you can control, some you can't. Now, let's dive into those factors. Sure, some of them are beyond our control. Age is a big one. The older you get, the higher the risk. Race and ethnicity also matter. African Americans, for example, are more likely to develop CHF, and they tend to face it earlier and more severely than others. Your sex plays a role too. While men and women can both develop CHF, women often suffer worse symptoms. And here's the part that might surprise you: underlying medical conditions like diabetes, kidney disease, or even thyroid problems can put extra strain on your heart, leading to CHF. It's like your heart is trying to do its job, but it's already running on low fuel. But then there's the stuff you can control. Things like what you eat, how much you move, and even how you manage stress can either make or break your heart. High blood pressure, for instance, is one of the biggest contributors to CHF. And while you can inherit a tendency for high blood pressure, it's lifestyle choices, like smoking, drinking too much alcohol, or living on a steady diet of processed foods, that tip the scales. How lifestyle habits sneak up on you. Picture your heart like a sponge. It's supposed to soak up and squeeze out blood efficiently. But over time, things like lack of exercise, too much salt in your diet, and bad habits like smoking or excessive drinking start to stiffen that sponge. It can't soak up and squeeze out blood like it used to. That's when the trouble starts. Let's talk about diet. High salt foods. They're your heart's enemy. Salt causes your body to retain fluid, making your heart work harder. It's like forcing a sponge to hold more water than it was designed for. It's going to wear out faster. On the flip side, eating more fruits, veggies, whole grains, and lean proteins can help lighten the load. Think of these foods as fuel that keeps your engine running smoother. And then there is exercise. It's not just about keeping fit, it's about keeping your heart in shape. Even 30 minutes a day of moderate activity can make a big difference. Imagine your heart as a muscle, because it is. The more you work it out, the stronger it gets. The role of emotions in heart health. Now, here's something you might not think about often: your emotions. Anger and stress can trigger heart issues too. You've probably heard stories of people having heart attacks during stressful moments. That's no coincidence. Long-term stress is a known risk factor for heart disease. It's like constantly revving your engine without giving it a break. Eventually, something's going to give. So what can you do? Find healthy ways to manage stress, whether it's through exercise, meditation, or just talking things out. Think of it as giving your heart a little breathing room. Living with CHF, management, not a cure. One thing's for sure, CHF is a progressive condition. Once it starts, there's no turning back the clock. But that doesn't mean you can't manage it and improve your quality of life. Medications can help control symptoms, and lifestyle changes can slow down the progression of the disease. In extreme cases, a heart transplant might be the only option, but that's a last resort. Think of managing CHF like driving with a flat tire. It's not ideal, but if you go slow, avoid bumps, and keep an eye on things, you can still get where you're going. The bottom line, it's about control. The truth is, we can't control everything when it comes to our hearts. Some risks, like our age or our genetics, are out of our hands. But there's a lot we can control. It's about making small, everyday choices that add up to a healthier heart. Whether that's choosing a salad over fries, taking a brisk walk, or finding a way to relax after a stressful day, these changes make a difference. In the end, CHF may be a heavy topic, but understanding it is the first step in lifting that weight. Remember, while you can't always choose the cards you're dealt, you can choose how to play them.